Cooking with Debbie and Friends. Going live in 3, 2. Cooking with Debbie and Friends.
This is my new dance.
Cooking with Debbie and Friends. We'll make some good food, talk about marriage and parenting too. Self-care and budgeting and some recipes for life, yeah. Cooking with Debbie and Friends.
Hi, guys. Should we show them the Valentine card I got you?
We did last time.
We did, where the lady goes like this.
Devin Green.
Devin? Happy sunny Devin Green.
We're just going to launch right into saying hi to people.
Right. No, I'm sorry.
Well, we launched right into my stomach growling when we started. But
hi. Welcome to Cooking with Debbie and Friends. Cooking with Debbie and Friends is a chat cooking show we do right here in our kitchen. And I produce it with my sous chef, my best friend, my love, my champion, Travis Townsend.
Every Sunday at 12 noon, we stream out to Facebook and YouTube. 3 channels on Facebook and our YouTube channel. So if you're on one of those channels, just say hi in the comments. Please click like and also subscribe if you get a chance, so we can keep doing this show. We do
those on those platforms so that you can connect with each other, with friends. Sometimes we have high school reunions and family reunions. And what I especially love is that we have friends in Texas. We have Linda, we have Suzanne, and we have
the Heikkinens.
Sandra Valls. And all these people just from our show, we're able to connect with them to see what they're doing. And we connect to those platforms so that you can do exactly that. You can comment on our show. You can jump to their Facebook pages and see what they're promoting and what they're doing. So we do that on those so that you can comment.
Right. So, again, please click like and comment. Let us know you're here. Say hello. With that, let's say hi to a few people. My dad.
Let's.
Hello, my dad.
Hello.
He says hi, guys.
And hi, Devin Green. So lovely to have you here. And Suzanne Denlinger, we hope that you are doing better in Texas. Happy Sunday, Devin. Good noon. You too.
Good noon, you too.
I'm going to do that. Good noon.
Monica says good noon, you too.
Yes. And Mike Bilberry. Hi, Mike and Linda. So glad that you're here. And you guys are kind of thawing out where you are. Hola, kiddos. BG Casas sent us. She's so cute. She is darling. And she has a husband like mine that when he goes to Costco, he just loads up the cart.
Right. This is why Debbie took away my Costco card.
I did.
Because I would go into Costco and, look, you can't pass. I know we're going to eat the meat, but you don't need a whole side of a cow. I get that. I understand.
But he's like, I'm here. I'm going to do it. And I've seen men go into Costco and come out with like one thing of milk.
That's weird.
So anyways, the beautiful Joe Casas bought a lot of tuna. And BG made this awesome tuna salad and shared it was so good. So I got the ingredients from her, so I'm going to test it out in my kitchen. And what I love about it is there wasn't a lot of mayonnaise. It was pretty light.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like there was some lime in there.
Fresh lime and
very fresh.
Yeah, and fresh grated carrot and ginger. Mm-hmm. It was delicious.
Joe's here with us as well.
Joe's here, the Costco shopper. Richard and Anna Maria Kanemacher. Hello, you two. Monica, beautiful Sunday. It really is. Sending love from Orlando. Scott, hi. So nice to see you. Hi, Sandra Benton. I'm so happy you could join. And Sarah Lynn Glazer, hello from Florida.
Hello, Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. Welcome. Sandra Benton, I'm here. We're here, too. Patricia Rose. Hi, Patricia.
Oh, Sandra Valls' friend.
Sandra Valls' friend.
Can I say this? Debbie said something about community a few minutes ago. And Sandra Benton is here, and Sarah is talking about Sandra Valls. So, my dad lives in the middle of the Midwest. He lives in Illinois. And because of this community that we've been building, he would never have exposure to someone like Sandra Benton or Sandra Valls. But I was in a conversation with him the other day, and I mentioned Sandra. And he wrote back.
He said, we wrote, Sandra's looking for a grit recipe.
Right, grits.
So I said, let's send it to your dad.
My grandma used to make amazing grits. I thought, surely my dad has the recipe. I reached out. His response was, Vols or Benton. Like
it was so cute.
It was just weird. Like, why would my dad know these people? But this is just a little insert about the community that we're building here. And I just thought it was a really... kind of a beautiful thing, that question that he asked.
I do too. And then my sister Monica said one day, "Oh, I missed Sandra Vols' show." So it's so cool that our friends are becoming their friends. I don't know when Sandra and Connie are going to be back. Thank you for your well wishes for them. They were in the thick of it, poor things. But they're going to come on to our podcast, and we're going to talk about
the Tuesday night podcast.
The Tuesday night podcast to talk about, not this Tuesday, we have something else, but they're going to come and talk about the experience they had in Texas during that horrible week, and I believe they're still coming out of it. So, so welcome, Sarah. And Loretta Bowen, so good to see you. Loretta, girl, this is your recipe right here. This is your recipe. This is so easy. This is why we have a lot of time to chat. And we missed you guys because we gave Travis a proper 3-day weekend last week. So this is going to be the perfect recipe. I mean, we're going to make this in under 10 minutes.
I know you've been a comedian for a long time, but you do know that weekends are not usually 3 days. Right? Weekends are 2 days. But I had a great long weekend. She has no concept of a work week anymore. She's been a comedian for too many years. Eva is here.
Hi, Eva.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
I should have called you. Sandra Benton says I have the grits recipe too. I said that.
Oh, Sandra!
I said that to Debbie. I said, I know for sure Sandra has a...
Yes, send us what. And for people that do grits, do you do salty and savory, or do you do sweet?
So I like a little butter and salt.
Hi, Papa Townsend from Sandra Benton.
Or put some brown sugar in there. Oh.
Yeah, I've had them both ways. When I did the road, people would take me to these great little hole-in-the-wall restaurants where they're like, this is where you get the best breakfast. Because when I did the road hardcore, I'd get up at, 5 in the morning, get ready, and go to do radio. And we would do 5 or 6 radio stations to do that morning drive time in. And then we'd hit these great little restaurants, and I had something called a snowshoe. A snowshoe, if anybody knows what that is.
Someone was hazing you.
No, I don't know. It's a toast with an egg. We call it bunny in the hole.
Oh, well, they put a hole in the toast?
Yeah, but I think then they put potatoes and gravy. It was just like this whole meal, and they called it a snowshoe?
Yeah, in the Midwest, they put gravy on everything.
On everything. It's like fresh fruit, let's throw some gravy on there. So
what are we doing today?
So today it's Lent, we're in Lenten season, and I want to talk about this recipe because it's so easy. What I'm going to tell you about is going to be the hardest part of the lesson for you. The hardest part. Listen, Loretta, this is the hardest part. Okay, so I love to buy fish that is vacuum sealed, and then each piece that is vacuum sealed is put into a larger bag. So then when I say, hey, Trav, it's Yumi and Pilar, he grabs 3 big pieces of salmon.
Wait a minute, is this the safety thing that you were doing? Okay, well, let's do this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Travis made me a safety thing.
Oh, my God. Okay, here you go. Watch this.
Sorry. That's so cute. So we talked about a month and a half ago, about our hospitals are very taxed right now with COVID patients. You want to stay out of the hospital. You want to stay out of the hospital even if it wasn't COVID season. So every now and then I'll bring you a couple tips about how to have some kitchen safety. So one thing I want to talk to you about is just the cleanliness. If you see on our show, we keep our hair back, we keep our hands clean, if we don't cross-contaminate anything. So we do that. And I told Travis we have some tips, and I would like to put the tips up. Oh, people like that, Travis. Let's do it again. And then I'll just come into it.
Oh, my God.
Come on, let's do it again.
Hang on, what? Well, are you done with the safety tip?
No.
Okay, we'll close it out with it.
Okay, we'll close it out with it.
Finish your thing.
All right, So, this is gross, and I'm going to hit it and move on. Your kitchen sponge has more bacteria on it than your toilet seat. I know. Not the same kind of germs and bacteria, but still bacteria. So, keep those kitchen sponges clean and dry. You can run them through your dishwasher at the hottest temperature. You can wash them in your washing machine only with other kitchen towels. You never want to mix your kitchen laundry with your regular laundry.
Aren't you supposed to do it once, like every day, clean your sponge?
Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah. Okay. You want to clean your sponge every single day, whether you run it through the dishwasher or you run it through the hottest temperature in your with your dish towels. You can use bleach, you can use laundry sanitizer, which is something new from Lysol, and switch it out every single day or every meal. Keep it nice and clean and dry. Just buy a 3-pack, buy a 6-pack. That's when you go to Costco. Hey Joe, when you go to Costco, get us all just a bunch of sponges.
Buy the industrial size. And just give it to the whole neighborhood.
Right. And the other thing I want to say about safety is, I love buying fish in vacuum sealed bags because they're pre-portioned. Mm-hmm. They're ready to go immediately. They don't require much defrost time at all.
Pre-portioned for us is better because when Pilar moved out, now we don't have to figure out, it's just easier for us to plan a meal.
Right. And if she comes back home, or she says, hey, I would love dinner tonight, can you pack me up some dinner? Then I can pull a third piece of salmon or mahi or tuna, or in this case, cod. Now, hi, Linda. So, you cannot defrost these vacuum-packed pieces. Can you get in there? I should have 2 pieces of cod at the bottom of the freezer. There you go. Here's what it looks like.
People.
Here's what it looks like.
Down. There you go.
So that's a portion of cod. On the back it says keep frozen, and the thawing instructions will tell you need to remove this piece of fish from this plastic before you thaw. You can't just let it thaw in your refrigerator in the plastic. It has to come out of the plastic.
Thaw under refrigeration before use.
Right.
So you put it in the fridge then.
Right. So botulism toxins are created when spores are allowed to live in certain conditions, such as low oxygen vacuum sealed packages. So if you're thawing your fish in the refrigerator, which you should thaw in the refrigerator, without taking it out of that vacuum sealed package, you're just creating a host for it to just grow botulism. So you need to cut that paper off, the vacuum paper off,
Classic.
With your kitchen scissors. Not your scissors that you use for anything else. With your kitchen scissors, then you want to wash your kitchen scissors, dry it, and put it away. So you get so I've got my cod here, and it's still pretty frozen because you can cook a frozen fish all the way up to cooked. You don't have to thaw it. There are people that say you leave your fish out to room temperature. I did some more looking into this, and really it is about 15 minutes you should leave out your fish. So that's where we are with this. So
otherwise, botulism.
It's so funny because
salmonella is from chicken.
Yeah.
I didn't know botulism was a thing.
So that's the lesson, Loretta, that you're walking away with, is that these pre-portioned fishes are amazing. I know for Lent, everybody's going to fish. Suzanne Denlinger wrote, yes, no more grilled cheese sandwiches for Lent. So they're really handy and wonderful, but you need to get them out of that vacuum pack and I did a freezer bag like this and kept it in the freezer. This morning I transferred it into the refrigerator so it could come up to thaw a little bit. So there you go.
So we're closing this?
Yes.
All right, let's close it up.
Here we go.
Okay, you're back.
That
was
back.
A spill, a slip, a hospital trip. Safety tips with
Debbie. We want to stay out of the hospital.
My Uncle Joe's here. Hi, Joe and Ruben.
Hi, Joe and Ruben. And it's, Trav.
What?
Stay out of the hospital.
Listen, I'm not doing anything dangerous.
Travis skated over a banana peel. And I'm like...
Yeah, look at the fucking bruise on my... I don't know if you can see it. Why are you laughing at the banana peel? If you follow me on Instagram, this is hilarious. To a comedian because I slipped on a banana peel.
Because it's the oldest gag in the book. And,
it was
and whenever
weird.
you're in the green room and people are being over-poured and they're talking about stuff, they're like, hey, you ever seen anybody get hit with a door, because that's a big one. Or a pie. Or slip on a banana peel. And it's so funny because in all these years, 30, I've never, ever...
Yeah, so I've been skating outdoors, and there's a really wonderful trail out here, which is smooth. There's no traffic. It's just a bike and walking trail. And where it meets the road out there, I was going a little fast. I would have made it had it not been for the banana peel and the uneven surface. Luckily, there was a pole there to catch my face and shoulder, so I have a little bit of a bruise here. It's fine. I'm a big guy. I know. I get it. Like, if I'm hugging a pole like that, coming at 4 or 5 miles per hour, it's going to leave a bruise. So yeah, I've got a little bruise there. But all in all, I'm happy and healthy, and I'm glad you reminded everyone here that I slipped on a banana peel.
Yeah. Scott Hill says he loves you on Instagram, and he also said thank you for that tip for the fish. That's a new one that I've learned, and so I'm so glad you like it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go with, we're going to start the coleslaw first. We're going to put it in the fridge so that we can get to our fish. So today's dish is sautéed cod, and coleslaw. Yeah. And it's funny because I know it's Lent. I don't know how many of you keep Lent. We don't. That's not our faith walk to keep Lent. But it's interesting because Lent was supposed to be you give up a food and you felt it. So when you gave up meat, people were feeling it, you know?
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Because I hear the people I'm exposed to, they give up like alcohol or cigarettes or chocolate. Those are like the main ones,
yeah,
right?
But you give up meat every Friday. And it's so funny because you can replace it with like cheese enchiladas, tostadas, chili relleno.
And these days you're not missing out on much.
Yeah.
So wait, what do you have in this big thing here?
So what I have in here are 2 packages of coleslaw. Remember, Loretta, do not reinvent the wheel. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Go buy these packages of coleslaw. They come in at about 14 ounces. And they have a long shelf life in your fridge, actually. You can buy it and not even touch it for 10 days. Just keep it in that package.
So this is cabbage,
This is coleslaw. This has got purple cabbage, green cabbage, grated carrot. If you want to grate apples in here, go ahead. What?
Can we just say that this is a packaged cabbage that says coleslaw on it? This is not a finished coleslaw.
No.
Don't take this packaged cabbage to a potluck. Because we have a single friend, he's a single guy.
You tell that. I'm going to go ahead and put this in.
He was going to bring the coleslaw.
He said, what can I bring? And I said, oh, can you bring the coleslaw? Yeah. Thinking he could go to, anywhere and go get a prepared coleslaw.
Right. And so he brought just the bag of cabbage. It doesn't have all the stuff in it that needs to have. So just want to let you guys know, if you buy that, you got to do extra stuff to it. So
my darling friend Diana, she fixed it for the party. It was really sweet.
Yeah.
So what I put in there is 1 cup of mayonnaise. Now, if you want to put in some grated apple, you certainly can. Coleslaw is great because you put in what you have. The next thing I'm going to put in is 1 cup of sugar. If you want to put in monk fruit to keep it a little, if you're watching your sugar and you want to put in monk fruit, you can.
Monk fruit's a sweetener.
It's a sweetener, and it's a 1-to-1. So if you use 1 cup of sugar, you use 1 cup of monk fruit. So what I'm going to put in here is a 1/4 cup of white sugar.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot of sugar. Mike Bilbrey wants to know, can you take pot to a potluck? In California, you can.
Absolutely, you can. We had bean tacos on Fridays for Lent. Yeah, we had delicious stuff during Lent. You really didn't feel it. And I remember one time I taught at a Catholic school, and I asked the priest, "What'd you guys have for Lent Friday?" And they had lobster. Come on now, church.
Yeah. And Paula Gelman is replying to Mike Bilbrey. I do.
Whatever it takes. I know my friend Carrie Palmieri was on her podcast the other day. She goes, I can't sleep. What do you guys do? I'm like, let me tell you, girl.
Get a gummy.
Get a gummy. So I've got 1 cup of mayonnaise, which isn't a lot for all this.
No, that doesn't look real wet. I like it. So where I'm from, it's kind of watery. Well, kind of like the coleslaw you would get at KFC.
Yeah.
That's the style that I grew up with.
Right. Okay, so some people do a vinaigrette, some people do mayonnaise. This is the creamy one because I asked you what you wanted to do. Mm-hmm. Now in here I've got some dry mustard. I've got a quarter teaspoon of dry mustard, quarter teaspoon of kosher salt, and I had some celery salt. You can throw in celery seed. A lot of people use celery seed, but in this time of COVID when it's kind of hard to buy what you need, you make do. And by the way, I'm doing a really great job on my shopping at Vons online. I'm getting exactly what I need, and I can go through the sales paper. And sometimes, I'm missing something. But for the most part, I've had a really great experience with budget and with getting what I need.
Yep.
Okay, next stop is vinegar. Next ingredient is vinegar. Some people do apple, some people do white, some people do a champagne, some people do white balsamic. So the white balsamic has kind of a little sweet taste, like balsamic.
I like that one.
And then there's just the plain white wine vinegar.
Okay.
Which one?
Let's go with the little sweeter one.
Okay.
I like balsamic vinegar too.
So, totally up to you what you want to do, and we're going to do 4 teaspoons of a white vinegar.
That doesn't seem like much. I mean, hey.
I need a teaspoon, love.
Do what you do, baby.
Get a teaspoon for it. I have it. Is this it?
I can't read that. Yes.
Teaspoon.
Yeah, I was like, that's a little tiny teaspoon. That's a little better. So 4 of those. Okay. 3.
And you can use regular white vinegar with no taste. I wonder if you could do a rice vinegar. I'm sure you could.
Has anyone made coleslaw with rice vinegar?
I'm sure you could. Rice vinegar is usually for Asian cooking.
The last question you asked was something about the grits. How are you making it? Sandra Benton said cheesy garlic grits.
Oh my gosh.
Richard said, I like grits with butter. Rhea likes them with salt and butter.
Because she is her mother's daughter. Oh, Kissinger. Let's see. Last name is Kissinger. First name, go up.
Where? Oh, sorry.
Janet Kissinger, hi! I'm so glad you're here.
Short.
Not sure what you love,
short.
But hopefully you just love the show. Okay.
I think she was referring to the graphic. That might have been.
Okay.
What am
Into
I doing
the fridge?
With this? Oh, with these?
Sure.
Yeah, why not? Who cares?
Why not? Who cares? All right. Hi, Cat. Cat. I always say Cat, but it's Kate. I'm so sorry. Did you guys enjoy Kate Lane when she was on talking about preparedness for life? Fridge covered. She was on. So that's going to go chill in there for a little bit. So she was really informative for our podcast. And some of the people we have coming up, I hope you liked Ray Lokar last week too. We had an interesting comment from a behavioral therapist who said, I'm surprised how many things worked with my clients that are also working in sports. And, he really was able to check off a lot of boxes for us. So coming up, look at people are saying hello to each other. Coming up on next Tuesday is, we have a lot of time to talk because this meal's so easy. That, if I was by myself, would have taken me 5 minutes to put together.
But you did hear the grumbling stomach when we started.
Of course, right?
So
let's start.
Keep cooking,
okay. So let's throw the question out there, and then I'll continue.
Wait, you were going to introduce Tuesday.
Yes, but I thought I would wait. So to do this, no?
I don't know what you're doing, babe.
People ask what's different about our cooking show as we're meeting with producers, and it's like, well, we're husband and wife, real husband and wife. Sometimes we listen to each other, sometimes we don't. Sometimes we're in sync. Sometimes we fight.
This is one of those times where I'm not doing something I was supposed to be doing.
No, I forgot about your stomach growling.
Never touch me.
Never touch you. Okay.
On camera.
Okay.
Much.
All right. All right. So, here we go. Cook tip taught me my southern mama. Put mayo, sugar, vinegar, your seasonings in a separate bowl and mix it up first as to melt the sugar and then pour it all over the cabbage so it blends evenly, then adjust accordingly.
That's a tip from Sandra Benton.
That her mother, her southern mama. Okay, while I'm doing this, which is basically I'm taking my fish that I cut out of the vacuum seal and we're going to put it into here. I'm going to put in some milk. I've got half a cup of milk here.
Should I be heating that cast iron skillet?
And then half an egg. No, because it is going to be half an egg. A whole egg, because it's going to be that. Whole egg, no shells. I'm going to whiska.
Yeah.
There we go. And I've got my 4 pieces of cod, which should measure out to about 6 ounces each. So I've got the egg and the milk. And I'm going to actually put it in this from here to here. That way my fish can... And I'll just keep an eye on it and rotate it around. This way the fish can get all cozied up in here.
So you're coating the fish in the egg and the milk mixture.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the question?
Okay. So
there was a question.
Yes. So next Tuesday we have Tony Pinizzotto, who is the creative director of Buzzer Television and Freeform. So he knows everything about game shows. So we're going to be talking about the history of game shows, the game shows that you grew up on, the game shows that you watch now, the game shows that impacted our life and our pop culture. You know, I mean, we have words from game shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Call a friend, phone a friend. What's behind that door? There's all kinds of
Buzzer
stuff.
plays a lot of the old game shows.
The old game shows,
too.
which is nice. So
it's Buzzr. I don't know if you get that on your cable, but they have Samsung TV, and Samsung has that network. And so you may remember when we had Danny Wolf around Halloween time, he was talking about a lot of the shows on Buzzer. He's also a big fan. So I'm looking forward to having Tony on next week to talk about what he's up to.
Yeah, and you know, and what shows did you grow up on? My dad was on Let's Make a Deal.
Was he?
Yeah, he won a pool.
I remember that story.
He won a pool table and Rice-A-Roni, and then my ex-husband, who is now my friend, Scott Myers, he was on Jeopardy.
Of course he was, because he's got a massive brain.
He has a massive brain, and he was on Jeopardy, and we didn't win. He didn't win, but we got a ton of Rice-A-Roni.
I was on a game show once.
What were you on?
I was never on a game show.
What? Were any of you on game shows? Anybody? Oh, look at Scott says he watches Buzzer all the time. Scott, what's your favorite couple shows to watch? Teresa, she's listening while she's going from NC to Georgia, North Carolina to Georgia.
What was your favorite? Was it because your dad was on Let's Make a Deal? Was that your favorite game show growing up?
I liked Match Game. I liked, Scott Hale might be able to help me, the one where they brought out husband and wife couples. They were kind of, you know, character actors, and they put the one spouse backstage and the other spouse would answer a question. Then they would bring them back together, and the spouse was in a little TV underneath, and they press, oh man, what is the name of that?
It's not, is it the Newlywed Game?
No, Newlywed Game was fun though. Yeah. That was fun to watch.
Because you're not a big fan of a lot of the game shows these days. I think there was just a different vibe to it back in the olden days. Probably because they had a lot of celebrities, and there was just, I don't know. My favorite was Price is Right, always.
Yeah?
I loved it.
Scott Hale wrote Password, Tattletales, Match Game. Sandra said she's been on a couple.
She has been on a couple.
Newlywed.
As a contestant, Sandra was on a few.
Yeah, what were you on, Sandra?
There was one where she was a singing... God, I can't remember what it was. Put it in the comments, Sandra.
Yeah.
So people can look it up, because she was amazing. I think I might have the footage on an old hard drive somewhere.
No Whammies, No Whammies. Remember that one?
Yeah.
No Whammies, No Whammies,
Isn't
No
that
Whammies.
Price is Right?
Scott, it looks like you're going to be our person on this.
Well, Tony will be, because we'll be able to ask him all of our questions.
Suzanne said her son was on The Price is Right. Did he win anything? Remember Ken Garr when he was on our podcast and he said he and his wife was on The Price is Right and then she won a boat?
Joe, you're killing me, dude.
Oh, that's right. Sandra won a car.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Let's make a deal. What?
My
Joe,
Uncle
what?
Joe, look what he wrote.
Oh, you were offered a chance to appear on the Jerry Springer Show. What do you get to win on the Jerry Springer Show?
I used to say all the time watching that show, these are my people.
Stop it.
Bro,
Stop
how horrible. You should have taken that chance, and that if I would have seen you on there, I would be watching you going, oh my God, there's my Uncle Joe on Jerry Springer. I don't want to know what the story was. I just want to know that you...
What's my line?
...thought about.
What's my line? Is that the one where you finished the line? Like, is that the one where you finished the like? Remember the Gong Show? Of course. No, Eva, you're not dating yourself. We all love these shows. Don't forget the lyrics. You won $50,000. So there's a documentary about people that play game shows for a living.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
Yep.
Yeah, and I hosted a few game shows, and I can tell you, there's a lot of integrity there. If you did a yard sale and you sold things and your total was $312.64, that's exactly the money you had to work with. They never padded an amount or anything like that. They're really, really ethical on these game shows, which is why the ones that aren't make the news.
I don't know if you know this, but Debbie actually hosted a show called Hidden Agenda, which went for a season. It was hard. That show didn't continue because there's only one state in the country that you could film in, because you're what the show was is there would be hidden cameras in the house. One spouse knows, the other spouse doesn't. The one that knows is trying to get the other spouse to do things. And there's only one state in the country where you can record someone audio and video without their knowledge, and so that would be a difficult one to keep going. But that was a decent show.
That was fun.
That it was like
that was fun, and I think I told this story before about there was this. Did I tell the story before about the guy who was always?
Yeah.
I did tell. Yeah.
But no, you can say it again. You can't, for the ones that don't know, now they're going to be like, what was the story?
So I was on this game show where we did a big reveal at the end. Like, you won $10,000 or you won $20,000 or whatever it was. So we walk into the house and we talk to the person who's been on the hidden camera. They don't know what's going on. And there was this big guy who was in every show in the background in something called Video Village. Video Village is like what our kitchen looks like now, where all the producers and everything are sitting at their laptops and editing as we go. And this guy was always in Video Village and always eating. Big guy, but he never carried a boom or a mic or a makeup brush. But when we went in for the big reveal, he'd be this close to me. And yet still no equipment in his hands. And so about 4 shows in, I go, honey, who are you? What are you doing? And he goes, oh, I'm the personal bodyguard they hire for you so you don't get hit here. Because apparently people on game shows, if they're shocked or surprised or they're embarrassed, they can just haul off and hit somebody, and it's happened. And I talked to the cash cab guy, Ben, and I said, did you have one? He goes, I did, and he got in a fight for me.
Oh, God.
So that's kind of fun. All right, so.
Mike Bilberry says, win a black eye on Springer Show. I don't know if that means you won a black eye.
Yeah.
Or that would be the prize.
You can win a black eye. You can lose some teeth. It was,
Press your luck had the whammies.
Oh, look at what Suzanne said. You read that, and I'm going to.
Yeah, Scott says, press your luck had the whammies. Kat Lane is saying, Sandra Benton, way to go. Suzanne, it was a special military show and he won a beautiful necklace and then gave it to me. Tina Augusta Mauricia, hey, Debbie and Travis, good to see you. Good to see you too. Thank you for stopping by today.
Thank you.
Excuse me. And then Sandra and Kat are talking, and Paula and Suzanne. I love that you guys are chatting.
I love that. And we're talking a lot because this meal really, if all you had to do, if Travis pulled out the edit for the meal part, it would be like a 10-second show. All right. So what we have here is we have
You have flour, and then what else did you put in there? What was that?
Sure. I have 1/3 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of cracker meal or crashed up saltines.
Could you use bread?
You can't.
Oh,
you could probably...
I totally thought you were going to say you can, but you're like, no.
Not crushed up bread or torn bread. Maybe breadcrumbs.
Like bread, like panko,
yeah, bread,
breadcrumbs.
Panko. Yeah, breadcrumbs, panko.
I didn't mean like just bread. We're not making French toast. I get it.
Some people use Ritz crackers. Loretta, this is the beauty of these two dishes. Coleslaw, you can use whatever kind of vinegar you want. It's really a go as you taste kind of thing. And this fish, it can be any kind of fish that's a fillet. And all you do is you soak it in some milk and a whisked egg. There you go. Look how pretty that is.
So you've got a 1/3 cup of flour.
A 1/3 cup of flour.
A 1/3 cup of
the cracker crumbs. And now I'm going to put in some cayenne pepper.
Okay, I like that.
I know you do. So the cayenne is about 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne and kosher salt to taste. So your hands clean?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've just been standing here.
Let's pinch some salt into here.
You don't want to do the...
I've been touching stuff.
Is that good?
A little bit more.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, watch. Step back a little.
Okay. A little more.
Really?
Yes.
Are you just effing with me because you like the way I'm doing salt?
No. Go.
You like the way I'm doing the salt?
Just do it!
Okay. Like this.
Right now, Scott is laughing his behind off because that's his favorite part when we argue. All right. So all this is flour, some mashed up crackers, and look what I did with my crackers. I put it between 2 pieces of wax paper, and I got my little tiny rolling pin. This used to be Pilar's when she was little. She would cook with it, but it comes in so handy when I've just got a really quick rolling job. I don't want to pull out my big rolling pin and have to clean it. So, am I making a recipe book from all our shows? No, I'm keeping all the copies, but that's really interesting, huh? The Travis Claw.
We could do...
okay.
I mean, this is officially 69 episodes, but we've done more than that. That's not including, of course, the podcast episodes, which we're at 17 come Tuesday. There's enough there that I think we could have a nice cookbook. Maybe it's something we could entertain.
I actually sent a prototype to Anna Maria, so let's see if she likes it.
Okay.
So, all right, Travis, you need to go and get that skillet heated up, and you want to put in about 1 inch of cooking oil.
1 inch. Okay.
Yeah, I said that right. 1 inch. We have a beautiful cast iron that we love to cook in. There's a care for it. No soap, just water. If you really are having a stubborn time cleaning your cast iron like I did this weekend, you can clean it with some salt. You can also boil water in it to loosen up everything there, and you want to wash it with just water. So, all right, while he's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and get this fish that's been coated so lovely into the cracker crumbs and flour.
Okay, so I put oil in there, and then I dipped tongs in until I saw about 1 inch of wetness on the tongs. That's how I knew it was about 1 inch.
You might notice that this recipe doesn't call for pepper, and I do love a good pepper on my fish, but it does have a lot of paprika. Some recipes, they don't like to put in the pepper, not just because of the taste, but the black specks of it. You can get a white pepper to cook your fish in.
I love blackened fish. So, yeah, I like that Cajun taste. Italian panko breadcrumbs would be good.
Oh, yeah.
So, I'm just surprised that we're cooking this from frozen. I didn't know that you cooked that.
You
this way.
absolutely can cook from frozen, and the directions on frozen is it's going to be 2 to 4 minutes per side. So if it's frozen, of course, we're going to do it a little longer. But you definitely can cook from frozen. But do be careful because you're putting in a hot skillet. You ready for these?
No, that's not even hot yet.
Oh, okay.
It's not ready.
All right. So yeah, you can cook from frozen a fish. In fact, it might even have directions on that little vacuum sealed piece in there. But
no, it just says that you should thaw it in under refrigeration, not put it out like that.
You thaw everything under refrigeration. I know that we say that our parents were like, I left that ground beef out there.
You looked at me odd. What I was saying was not that Debbie said put it out, but like Debbie said, not out on the counter because she does keep everything in the fridge.
I do.
At 4 minutes at most, I think you said earlier. Is that what you were saying?
4 minutes at most?
To have it out.
Oh, about 15 minutes.
Now, as opposed to the...
like when you make a steak or a burger, we get it up to room temperature.
I want that to room temperature.
Yeah.
That way, when I'm cooking it, I can cook the outside without having to compete with that cold inside.
Trav, and what you're looking for, because you're doing a frozen fish, is you want to make sure, we'll probably do 2 pieces at a time.
Okay.
And what we want to make sure is that it cooks all the way through. So
what I'm looking for on that oil is just so
shiny?
that it's not a glassy surface. It's just got a little bit of a activity happening on it.
You want it to shimmer a little bit. So
right now we can show.
Yeah.
See, a little bit. There's a little bit going on back there.
Yeah. All right.
But you're waiting on that?
I'm waiting on that.
We can't do anything until that.
I can't do anything.
Okay. Well, I think it might be.
Yeah, it's shimmery.
Yeah, I think it's ready.
Yeah.
So let's go
Be
ahead.
very careful, Travis.
What? Am I taking this whole thing?
Yeah, but you're only going to put in 2.
Yes, I get it.
You have your own tongs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
We don't want to cross-contaminate, so he has his own tongs over there.
Hang on, I'm trying to go. There we go.
I think if anything ever happens on the show, we have it on tape so we can show the insurance company.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So you're probably going to do a 4 minute on each side, Trav.
Ooh, yes. Listen to that.
Excuse me while I wash up.
Okay, and I turn that down to a medium before I put those in there. So now it's going to cool off a little bit, not have it on so high.
And Loretta, this is so easy. You can do this with any kind of fish. You can do a mahi, you can do an ahi, you can do, what else can you do? Tuna, which is ahi and mahi. Salmon.
I love cod.
Cod is great.
Sandra wrote just that it's meaty. I do like the texture of cod. I like the texture of salmon too, but for like a fried fish, for me it's always cod. Catfish is really good too. Tilapia is a good fried fish, but for the most part, it's going to be cod for me.
Remember Mike and Linda had that beautiful farm, and they had catfish that were as big as trucks?
They were massive.
They were massive. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys, this is cooking behind me. It's already starting to smell really good in this house. Now, I don't mind to have a house that smells like fried fish. But Deb, what are some ways, since we're talking about cooking fish, what are some ways that you can get rid of the fish smell if you're not a big fan of your whole house smelling like fish?
Well, obviously you want to keep your windows open or your fan going. We can't turn on the fan because of the camera equipment and you won't be able to hear us. But, you want to keep it well ventilated. So, and with the weather, it's turning a little nicer. You want to start keeping your homes a little more ventilated. So, I didn't hear that. Yes, Monica, that is regular oil. Regular canola oil. Olive oil is going to be a little too heavy for this. And the fried fish is going to be just delicious. Crappie and bluegill are great fried.
Crappie.
Crappie?
Crappie.
Crappie!
Yeah. It's not crappie. Crappie.
That's funny.
Okay, you're right in my cooking area here. Oh my God, this smells great.
There he goes with his smells. Nice. See, we chatted so much with you because we knew how fast this was going to be. It was going to be such a quick cook. These are lemons picked right off the tree, and you don't want to wash your produce until you're ready to use it. So, these are ready to go.
That's pretty high, Deb.
What? Oh, honey, you're only supposed to do 2 at a time.
I thought you gave me this.
I did, but I remember I said 2 at a time.
I do remember.
Because, okay, I guess this is a lesson. What this means is that because he dropped in those cold, it's going to affect the temperature of the other two cooking. You always want to give this fish a lot of room.
Okay.
I did give it to you because I was going to cut.
She handed it to me. I thought put it in there. Then you started saying crappy, which wasn't it. Mike Gober says I put a lemon in the garbage disposal and let it spin.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to affect it too much. There's still a lot of room in here, Deb. You can still see.
All right. It's just that when you drop that cold in there, now it's going to change the temperature of everything cooking. We just want to make sure it's cooked all the way through. That's all. Monica says I put a lemon in a garbage disposal and let it spin. Yeah, that works. Someone's laughing at me about crappy. BJ says boil vinegar to get rid of the smell. There you go. So when you're ready, you can test those the two that you dropped in first.
Okay, I'm going to let them cook a little bit. I want them brown. I want them more brown.
Okay.
Because you can see on the ones on the right side of the screen, they're not really as dark as I like them. I like them a little darker.
Okay.
You have your temperature. You're going to take a temperature on it.
I think you can just break it apart inside. It should look nice and flaky.
Okay.
So I've got some delicious lemons ready to go. So, are you guys excited about the game show? I know I am. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And the game show revival, they brought back To Tell the Truth. And they brought me in for To Tell the Truth to launch the pilot, which I did. That was a lot of fun. Then they dropped in big celebrities. Took me out, dropped in big celebrities. They did.
So, do you have game shows that you watch today? Because I don't ever see you watching game shows.
We watch game shows.
I guess we watch a couple. There's a few that are, they're pretty good, but I'm not really a big fan of the, like, American Idol. I'm not really.
Yeah.
I don't watch a lot of regular television.
A lot of people like the new television shows, like The Masked Singer.
Yeah.
And stuff. The competition shows like that.
Yeah.
We don't watch that too often. And some things that we're getting back from producers looking at our show is that they like a competitive element in their cooking.
Oh, yeah.
So I also clean my whole kitchen with Fabulosa. Me too. I love that. Watch The Wall. You watch The Wall, Mike? You like it? That one, they win a lot of money, right? The one with Howie Mandel, I started to watch it, but wow, it had a lot of rules. I don't like when game shows have a lot of rules. Do you guys like Ellen's game shows? To me, she seems kind of mean and a bully. I don't know. Just seems like it. How we doing?
So I don't want to move this if it's stuck to the bottom of the pan.
Yeah.
Just like if you're on if you've got meat in a pan or on a grill and it's not ready to move, that means it's not completely cooked right there. So I want to just wait a couple minutes before I flip that side.
Okay, I trust you. They just did a reboot of Supermarket Sweep with Leslie Jones. You know what? We know the showrunner for that show. Her name is Molly, and that's her thing. And she had to build those grocery shelves from the ground up. And there's some strategy there with that. And Leslie Jones is fantastic. What a great host for that show. She's so genuinely excited for the people on the show. She's genuinely blown away. Oh, she is so good on that show. The Chase is a good show. Is that a game show? I'm not familiar. We watch Family Feud while eating dinner on TV trays because we're old. No, we've done that too. Oh, I was on Family Feud with Brad Garrett and Ray Romano. And our episode got bumped around a lot. But we didn't follow any of the rules. We cheated. We gave each other answers.
Yeah, the producers were actually kind of mad.
Yeah.
And you guys were goofing off. Meanwhile, Ray Romano's family played by all the rules and they won.
But at the end, we split the money for our charities, which was really nice. Family Feud gets a little naughty, huh?
Yeah.
How we doing on there?
They're good. The thing is, it's not sticking. The coating isn't really sticking, so it's not going to be as brown as maybe if you were to deep fry it. Of course, this is not a deep fry, as you guys can see. You know, they're smelling really good. It's going to taste amazing. I know already.
I love. Oh, Tina wrote, "Love Molly O'Rourke." Yeah, that's her wheelhouse. That's what she does. I love Chopped on Food Network. Chopped. Is that a competition, BG?
Yeah.
The Chopped one? I saw your Family Feud episode. It was so funny. I was pretty damn funny on that show. Thank you, Lexi.
Oh, I love her name.
We watched Jeopardy on TV trays. TV trays are awesome. What's wrong with a good TV tray dinner? Nothing at all. Yeah.
Okay, this is start. I had to turn it up a little bit because you're right. When I drop those in there, it stopped sizzling as much.
Yeah.
So I turned up the heat a little bit. Probably gave it a little bit more room to cook.
Yeah, that's another lesson you want. Like if you're going to roast vegetables on a baking tray, you want to give them a lot of room. Otherwise, they'll just get up on top of each other and steam. So if you're looking for a roasted Brussels sprout or a roasted carrot or a roasted, whatever kind of vegetable you're trying to roast, and you crowd that pan, they're going to steam, not roast. So space is really, really important. Huh?
It's not sticking, that's all.
Okay.
The coating isn't really sticking on there.
Okay, Chopped is great, Mike says. Yes, competition between 3 chefs and a basket of miscellaneous stuff to cook. That blows my mind, where they're like, okay, you've got a chicken, yay!
And some black licorice. And lemon zest, go! And you're like,
we should do that.
Why?
Just to have fun.
Okay. Let's do it.
How can we do that? How can we do a thing of Chopped on our show? Let me know. Mike says looks good in brown, Trav.
Well, it's smelling amazing. The coating isn't really sticking as much as I would like to. Again, I think I'm thinking about deep fried, and that's just going to be a full
this is just a
coating
pan. Yeah, this is a pan fried.
But let me just say, Lexi Solo Rio, by the way, I love that name. It sounds poetic. You were my favorite teacher at Amat. I chose my major after being in speech and journalism with you. How sweet is that?
Thank you. I'm hooked on 90 Day. Oh, so Paula, I think one of my girls loves that show, 90 Day Fiancé, or Love at First Sight. People love those shows, those reality shows. And 90 Day even has a show that shows people watching it and commenting. That's how good that is.
So now you've got people here, Tina and BG, talking about, Tina will send us a list of items, you cook them. BG's taking it one step further. She'll create a basket for you guys.
Oh my gosh, BG.
And then we'll give you the finished food.
And will it be like within moments, like, oh, I've got it? Now, I haven't watched Chopped. Can I use like oils and seasonings from my own cabinet? Or do I only have to use what you do in a basket? Yes, BG, let's do that. When do you want to do it?
Whenever.
When do you want to do it, BG? I accept that challenge.
Are you ready to plate this, Debbie?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
And I have another plate for the other two. BG, I'm excited. I'm excited, BG. Chopped, I'm in. Need to rent a catering kitchen as you need 4 contestants. Would be a blast. I agree. Mike says I agree. You should have some ingredients listed and we would pick which ones you have to use to make the dish. We could do it. Oh my gosh, this would be great. Next week? Yes, let's talk. Because you know what's great about that, BG, is we'll have our game show person on Tuesday and we can remind people that we're going to do that. Oh my God. BG, don't scare me. Don't put something in like, and then we're going to put in Abba Zaba Bar. What?
Give me the other plate, Debbie.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to take all these out right now.
Okay. That sounds great, BG. That sounds great. You have a pantry to supplement, but basket ingredients need to be prominent, Mike says. All right, Beachy, you let me know. I will send you down a gift card so you can shop. It'll be wild. Oh, this looks beautiful. I get compliments on
put a little bit on that plate, or you want to show the people? Watch.
Oh, that looks pretty, Trav.
Yeah, so some of the coating came off, as you know. That pan behind me.
That's all right.
I'm not used to cooking in a big pan, big cast iron skillet.
You know,
I think that might be part of it. I wonder if it was frozen. Maybe that's why it also didn't stick a little.
Go ahead and put one on top
Sure
of it.
does smell amazing. Oh my God, this smells so good. Yeah, let's do.
There you go.
And I took these out fast because I could tell they were really.
Do you want to put both on there or just one?
Just one for now.
Do you want some lemon on there?
Yeah. I could tell that they were getting really light and they were going to break apart.
Yeah, because it is a flaky fish. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And I heard a podcast today about
this
person talking about podcasting, what you know and what you do. And if something doesn't turn out exactly like the breading didn't stay on, it's a moment to talk about it. And you know what? People don't want to watch somebody that's perfect. People don't want to watch somebody who's going to get 6,000 steps to making something so simple. They want it to be simple. They want to know that, they can do it. And
yeah.
Did it.
Well, for me, it's going to be the taste. I don't really care about presentation as much. But still, it looks beautiful. It's a nice.
Is it done in the middle?
Yeah.
Nope.
Those ones aren't.
Nope.
Well, so let's try this one because these were in a little bit longer. Try these.
I feel an episode of Instapot all over again.
That
looks better.
That's done.
You want to be careful.
So I did take these out a little sooner than I probably should have.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the second two that I put in.
You know what though? People learn. Don't you guys learn from our mistakes?
But you know what though? I eat a lot of sushi. So I'll eat it raw. I don't care. Will I get botulism? Is it good?
Mm-hmm. It's very good. Any fish can have bones, so you want to be careful with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really tasty.
Yeah. So we learned a couple things here, and one is that you never want to put, if something's already at a certain temperature, and like we had the 2 in there, you want to just keep it frying the 2 all by themselves. They do not play well with strangers walking onto the playground. So once those are done, now you can put in the second 2. Remember, they need a lot of space to let that heat build up. It's like anything that you put into a dish. If it's cold, you're going to bring down your temperature. And if the temperature was important to keep up, you don't want to do that. So, the coleslaw. We didn't taste the coleslaw.
That cod is very meaty. I like a meaty fish. I don't like it to be really, really flaky. Sometimes I like the salmon, but this cod is really meaty.
And I have to say, I'm not a coleslaw fan, but this is delicious. Mine is still in the cabinet, unused.
I'm talking about the Instapot.
Oh, if the fish isn't dry enough, the coating won't stick. Right. Which is kind of hard if you're soaking your stuff in milk.
It's back in.
Really good. Really, really good. All right. So we're going to go ahead and keep cooking that. We're going to finish this off and eat it. Thank you for watching today. I know that we had a little twist and turn there, but I think we learned a lot of stuff today. How to safely thaw your fish as to avoid botulism that can happen like that. So the fish is still a great buy when it's vacuum sealed because you take out just what you need. Just make sure you thaw it out the right way. And when you're cooking, if something's at a certain temperature, don't add something cold to it. You're going to bring down that temperature. So those are going to be back in there by themselves. It's going to come up to the perfect temp. We're going to have it for lunch. All right, so thank you for allowing us to come into your home. Don't forget, we're going to have Tony Pinzotto on from the game from Buzzer and Freeform, and we're going to talk game shows. And my friend BG, she's going to put her head together with some friends, I'm sure, and come up with an interesting basket for us on Sunday. I'm so nervous. I'll have to watch a couple episodes of Chopped to make sure that I have some ideas. So anyway, thank you, you guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you on Tuesday. We love you. Bye-bye.
Cooking with Debbie and friends. Cooking with Debbie and friends.
Bye, everybody.